Hello, how are you guys doing? You guys doing good? We're doing some AITA today. I was gonna say the actual name of it, but I realized we're in the first 30 seconds of this video, and I don't really want to get bonked by YouTube for being a bad boy, saying bad boy words. How are you guys doing? I'm here for judgment. The guilty are to be judged. It's time for some judgment calls. Also, I'm still a kitty cat. I'm still dealing with when I called Guitar Center about my headphones, right? They broke because my cat decided to chew through the. I have to explain this every time now because I'm wearing kitty ears, and it's like, why are you wearing kitty ears? Because they come with the headphones, and I don't think they come off. Anyway, Herman chewed through the cable, and so I have to get a new one. But until I get a new one, I've got to use my wife's because otherwise I'm using like iPhone ones, and they're just weird. I don't like the in-ear ones. Maybe I'm just like that, but anyway, let's get angry at some people on the internet. Here's some music. I hate this song, so we're skipping it. I love this song. We're keeping on it. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my now ex-friend that she shouldn't be proud of being overweight? Probably. My 21-year-old friend Tara. Oh, no. OP is a 21-year-old girl whose friend Tara, who's 20, has always been a little overweight. In the past, she couldn't accept it. She tried so many diets, but nothing lasted more than a few weeks. Quote, my love for food is so strong. How are the audio levels, by the way? Am I just blowing it out? Fallen Apple, thank you for the 11 months of support. Sounds good? Okay, it's not too loud or anything. Yeah, I probably don't get headphones from whatchamacallit anymore. Because this whole like refund process is just annoying to deal with. Because it's just like, yeah, I got the insurance because I knew my cat was going to chew through a cable sooner or later. $16 in order to save myself 80 sounds like a pretty good deal. Normally those insurance things are kind of like, it's not going to come out. But like considering the last pair got chewed through, and I asked him, is this going to be, a thing? Like, can I? Anyway. Quote, my love for food is so strong. A few years ago, she met a guy that was the hint that she needed to get serious help from a professional doctor and start exercising. I need to say that she looked stunning after a few months and was able to catch the guy. Let's say that the pandemic got the best of them, and after a 3-year-long relationship, he dumped her. She was devastated in the beginning. She regained almost all the weight that she had previously lost, but at some time, I and the other friends managed to make her standing again. What? She came back to hang out with us, and she flirted with some guys, nothing serious. In the meantime, another girl joined our group. Let's call her Maya. Maya is the kind of girl that is naturally fit and doesn't need exercising at all. And that's something that Tara couldn't accept. She began teasing her all the time, saying, hey, don't hug too tight, you might break her. Or how can you manage to have sex? A boy could crush you. I'm glad I gained my weight back because I used to look like you. Or even, at least I have some meat they can grab. If a boy grabs you, where would they put their hands? On your collarbones? Maya always tried to laugh it off as she was the new girl, and I could see her not being comfortable at all. Last night, for the upteenth comment, I blurted out, at least she can fit into a pair of jeans. Tara fell suddenly silent, and the rest of the group turned their heads on me and continued. You shouldn't body shame someone over jealousy. We need to have... Wait, where's my thing? I just realized that we need to have, like, the things up. Because I'm just like, wait a minute. Is this fake? Because this sounds like bait. I know some people are like this, but... right. Gotta copy this one over to this screen region. Give me a sec. I need to have my things so that way I can point up rather than saying the whole long line of stuff. Paste reference. There we go. Cool. Good. So that, this could be bait, but we're gonna pretend like it's real because otherwise we have nothing to work with because people lie on the internet and yeah. You shouldn't body shame someone over jealousy, and you should be proud of being overweight. You shouldn't be proud of being overweight either. You know that doesn't help your medical conditions. Tara stormed away and a few girls followed her to check on her. Everyone's calling me an asshole. Saying that I shouldn't make fun of her for being overweight, nor should I bring up her medical condition in front of someone that doesn't know that much about her, Maya. I told them that this is hypocritical, and they would scold me for saying that something that is at least true. Okay, so like, fat people exist. I'm getting a text. Is it from the wife? Damn. All right. They fired someone at my wife's work. Yeah, no, you're right. I should add the thing about, like, I'm a kitty because the cat likes to... That's a good... It was someone who is... Okay, so this person might have gotten fired because that department got a new, like, head person. And they were like, yeah, the person who owns the company, they're kind of an idiot. And they said that to their new boss. So that was relayed onto her boss, who currently is the husband of the woman who owns the company. And he didn't take it well. Turns out that showing up to work and just not working and then telling your boss that they suck or are stupid, kind of the last straw. So, really not surprised on that one. I'm a kitty because my cat ate my headphones. There we go. That's the exact pair of headphones you have. They're nice. They actually have fairly decent quality. Well, he ate the cable, but I mean, that's... Put some drop strato on that? Yeah, I don't know if I've got that. Orange Juice Nut, thank you for the 27 months of support. I told them it was hypocritical they would scold me about saying that, and then they wouldn't say a thing as Tara was body shaming Maya. Am I the asshole? Tonight, I went to dinner at one of my friend's house. There were Tara and Maya as well. I knew that is partially why I wrote the post. As I arrived, Tara went into a separate room with her. I told my story. Okay, so they sidebarred Tara. I said, I'm sorry for what I said, but I talked out of frustration. I told her that all the bullying Maya at the time is not cool and she should apologize. She nodded and she said she totally understood my point of view, but wasn't going to apologize because this wasn't the occasion. Everything seemed fine between us, even though I wasn't totally happy with her answer. We went to see the others. Later, about 20 minutes ago, we had dessert. Do you see where I'm going? As we're eating, I get the first bite of cake and Tara announced, as my name thinks, okay, so as so-and-so thinks that I'm fat, I decided to go on a diet, so I'm not having it. I almost chonked. Everyone laughed out of embarrassment, not knowing what else to say. Then Maya turned to her and said, well, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard you saying. I'm writing this from the passenger seat of Maya's car. We both left the house because they had huge fuss after Maya's comments, and I finally realized that you don't have to hang out with people that you don't like anymore just because you were friends in high school, so thanks, Reddit. I wasn't ready to say everyone sucks here, but yeah, Tara really shouldn't, like, when we talk about body shaming, it does go both ways. Whether or not this actually really happened, I don't know, but like, be healthy, obviously. Take care of yourself. It's not about how you look. If you look skinny and you're unhealthy, that's bad. Being overweight and then unhealthy is also bad. But if you're a little bit overweight and you're still healthy, that's okay. And honestly, I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to tell you what the hell to do with your life. And most people aren't doctors because it's expensive to become a doctor. Don't bully people? Everyone sucks here? Like, I don't live the healthiest life. I had a burger last night for dinner. I'm probably gonna go get myself a Coke. I barely work out anymore. I'm surprised that I'm as skinny as I am. Like, just genetics have worked out in my favor that I get to be skinny despite I skateboard more. It's starting to get a little nicer out. I might actually go do that later. But I wanted to play guitar some and I was working on this video. I was working on a video that I'll probably never put out, to be honest. It's about how to get started playing Warhammer. Not the rules stuff, but all the other stuff. I don't know if people would want to watch it, but I keep seeing the same questions on the Reddit for Warhammer, and I'm like, yeah, instead of that, let's just have a video. So yeah, I'm gonna say on this one, everyone's the asshole. I'm a cat boy now. Yeah, I didn't want to be, but you know. Am I the asshole for refusing to delete photos with my baby brother? This is gonna suck, isn't it? I'm 19. I have a baby brother named Ian, that I just love. He's my guy. I thought kids were noisy, but Ian is my star in the sky. He's my half brother. My dad, 45, married his wife, 30, 6 years ago, and had. Could you make the overlay skinnier? Sorry. Can't see the text you're reading. Sorry. It's just like... Okay. So first off, let's figure out how small the text for this needs to be. Is this text small enough? Like, is that okay? As an artist, have you ever drawn furry stuff? I tried once. I can't do it. And honestly, it's not genuine of me to try and draw furry stuff. I wanted to make some of that furry money. You know what I mean? But I'm bad at it. This is better. It's not really that. This is a neat idea for a stream. Love your cat ears. Thanks. They're my wife's. That's better? Okay. All right. This age gap's a little. But it's in the realm of okay. It's just a little weird. I don't really care. I always buying matching shirts, shirts, pants, sneakers, caps, doesn't matter. My dad actually is in love with this and is taking the pictures of us. I, like a normal guy, have 2 Instagrams, one for close family and friends and the other is for fun. My personal Instagram is private and I have like 30 followers and I follow like 40 people because, as I said, it's private. Whenever I take a photo with Ian, we're mostly matching, I post it there. Both my dad and his wife follow that Instagram and know that I post Ian there. My dad has no problem, although I thought his wife didn't too. To be honest, she's not really a social media gal. I rarely see her on their phone unless it was one of those times when she checked and saw a picture of Ian and me on her feed. The next time I went to visit my dad, she pulled me aside with my dad there, saying that what I've been doing is disrespectful because I should have asked for permission to expose their kid on social media, and I demand that I delete all photos because Ian isn't someone who should be showing off as a trophy. I was honestly appalled, as my dad was too. So they've been married for 6 years. because I've never given the impression that I see my brother like that and I truly love him. I apologized and said that I don't have to delete the picture. Okay. Said that her comment was rude because she doesn't get to project her feelings onto mine. My dad said that I don't have to delete the pics since they're all mostly harmless, but she said that I was the asshole and that as Ian's mother, she gets to determine those things, but I could either delete them or she could sue me. My girlfriend agrees with her because mom knows best. I'm not so sure. Yeah, no, the age gap is a little weird. I've heard the rule that it's like, what, you're half your age plus 7 is like the lowest you can go or something like that. It's a little bit of a sketchy, like, it's right on that line, right? Because they met 6 years ago. Let's bust out the calculator for this one. 45 minus 6, so divided by 2 plus 7. 26 is about the line where it starts being weird. What is this, drama? Yep. So 6 years ago, she was 24. So it's a little bit below that line. That's why it feels weird. And honestly, like, that breaks down after a while. Because, like, let's say you're 80 years old. Half your age plus 7 is someone who could be your child. DiCaprio moment, yeah. Married. Right, they got married. Fuck, they could have been dating for a few years. Oh, that is weird. How the fuck did they meet? Also, like, he's 19. So when they got married, he was 13 and she was 26. Is that right? Or 24? Feels weird to me. It's not illegal, but it feels weird. You know? Yeah, after about 30, like, I feel like you kind of, like, even out and you actually start to become an adult. Like, you really figure out how to be an adult successfully to some degree. I'm waiting for that to happen for me, but, like, you start acting like an adult. You're not going out and partying as much, probably. Like, you're starting to get it together. 30, yeah. So the wife is not tech savvy, but there's a lot of bad stuff going on the internet. And, like, there is entirely a possibility that OP is trying to use their kid brother as, like, a Instagram clout thing. Considering that he's posting it on a private Instagram that no one's following, probably not. Yeah, okay, so the human brain finishes its development at 25, but that doesn't mean that it means anything, you know? Like, you start getting it together at 25. I think once you hit 30, you've got it, you know? But, like, 21, like, you're still kind of a kid and you're allowed to do things for the first time, and so you act like a fucking idiot. They say everyone sucks here. I would have to know what OP's reasoning are for what they're doing. I'm going to check and see what their posts say. If you're just coming around to see your half-sibling and dad and spending a bulk of each visit dressing up the baby and having a photo shoot with him while your dad, while the baby's mom is just kind of around, I'd feel a little like he was treating my kid like a cute photo prop or a doll too. It's pretty appalling, honest. Okay. My wife's dad and I are just not close. I have nothing against her, but I have no reason to have a relationship with her. We're civil. If she needs my help, I'm down for it. We're both adults. She's not much older than me. Yeah, I noticed. Your comment is really stupid. No offense. I don't just show up and dress him and have a photo shoot. I'm his designated babysitter whenever they go out. So I see him a lot and spend a good amount of time with him. He's my only sibling. My dad's my only parent, so I'm sorry for being close to him. I absolutely hate your comments about me using my brother or showing him off. It's the same as my dad's wife. I certainly don't do that. Ian is my boy. I love him. I know he's not my kid, but he's my little brother. I just love him. I'm excited to be and grow with him since I grew up alone. I'm posting photos for family and friends that follow me. I don't do it for them. I'm just happy to be there. And then no, you're weird for the whole fantasy on your head and basically insulting the entire family. Everyone sucks here. Maybe just it's really hard to tell if OP sucks here or not, you know? Like, it's really hard. Because, I mean, the kid doesn't suck. Ian does not suck. He's just caught in the crossfire. Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think they're well-intentioned but kind of weird about it. Yeah, that sounds right. Reddit karma is a sign of how your life's gone wrong. I have 8.7 thousand karma on Reddit, so that's probably a good thing to say, yeah. The wife is concerned about this reasonably so. I get it. Yeah, I think everyone sucks here. Depending, well, okay, either everyone sucks or just one person sucks. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh no. Am I the asshole for asking for family to give us money for our daughter's birthday instead of gifts? I have 2 children, a 10-year-old son and a daughter who's turning 8 soon. She has medical conditions which resulted in her having a deteriorating hip. Obviously causes her some limited mobility, and she's reached a point where she needs to use the wheelchair full time. When her mobility started to decrease, we turned the office on the ground floor of the house into her bedroom, the bedroom off of it to her own private bathroom. She is lined up to get a hip replacement when she's older, but she's too young currently. That makes sense, because, like, okay. Well, she's able to spend money, some time out of the chair. She was still able to go to the top floor of the house and spend time in her brother's room, or just go to the other rooms, but sometimes we'd have to carry her up. Obviously isn't practical in the long term, as we won't be able to do it now that it causes her discomfort. We're saving up for a chairlift for her, but it's pricey, and we've been knocking back a grant to help us get one, as it is not needed. In our case, her bathroom is all on the ground floor. Never mind that she's more isolated down there and unable to move about the house freely. We talked it over with her, and she agreed that she'd rather have a chairlift soon than more toys. That's so sad. That's really rough. So I sent out word to all our family asking if they could chip in whatever money they had planned to gift on, no matter how small, towards a stair lift. How much is a stair lift? This kid is like living in a very practical situation, and this sucks. How much is a chair lift? How much does a stair lift cost in 2022? A straight staircase, it's somewhere between 22,000 to 5,000, depending on if it's new or used, and also, you know, if it's got like an angle to it, it's going to cost more. This website says 3,400 to 5,500. It's not cheap. I don't really know how you can have a used stair lift, but you know, whatever. I guess that's the thing. 5,000 if they, on average, if they have insurance. That's rough. So anyway, yeah, she wants a chairlift so she can go see her brother upstairs and stuff. Should I put Reddit does not like women as one of the rules? Like up top? Because that does seem to be a consistent thing. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move the kitty one down. And then there was another one. On a bingo card, it'd be a free space. Yeah. Okay. How's that? Hey, different Dan, how you doing? Maybe smaller because it covers a lot now. Like, imagine having to choose between like a Nintendo Switch or the ability to go upstairs and see the rest of your family. Like, you can either be alone with your toys or you can have no toys and hang out with the rest of the family. That sucks. So I sent word over to the family asking if they would chip in whatever money they'd planned to spend on the gifts, no matter how small, towards the stair lift, even if the small amount of money would help us reach the goal faster. I figured this was fine. No one had a problem with it. A couple of family members have started to feel uncomfortable with us asking for money for this through a wider majority are fine, though a wider majority. The reason that they're uncomfortable is they feel like it's not okay for us to ask for money, and it's in poor taste that they don't feel like being pressured to deviate from whatever they had planned. I told them that if I already brought stuff before I reached out, that was fine, of course. It's just more I felt like this needed for their her well-being, even more for toys. But they haven't bought anything, and it's just that it's not right for me to ask this. Edit. Fix ETA? Okay, edit, fix the typo. How this is first off, this one's probably real. This sounds like an actual thing. Yeah, I mean, like, if you already bought something, she already said that it's fine. Okay, how are you the asshole? I'm really curious on how, like, Reddit thinks that you're the asshole. How did you approach this with your daughter? Would you rather have the chairlift, wouldn't you rather have a chairlift rather than presents since we can't afford both? If that's what you did, then you're the asshole for making her choose. Asking for money instead of meaningless toys should not be an issue. I've had many friends and family members say they would prefer money. Since when is that a taboo? Well, it's one thing if it's an adult and they propose the idea for themselves, but this is an 8-year-old child. Toys aren't meaningless to children. I mean, like, yeah. Reddit has some wild ass takes, man. No one on Reddit lives in the real world. Minus 83 for a lukewarm take. Yeah, not at all. She'd rather be getting the chairlift regardless, and she knew that. We simply asked her if she'd rather have toys or the chairlift here faster. So then she gets toys after the chair shows up? I doubt it. You're the asshole. 100 upvotes, negative 270. I disagree with Reddit on this one. Like, this sucks. This situation sucks a lot. But I don't think that OP is an asshole. Like, maybe they like didn't bother to look up how much a chairlift costs. Because I'm like, that sounds expensive. You got like a motor, like it's got to be able to hold the weight of a human being. It's got to not rip the wall off. Like that sounds like an expensive thing. And then I look it up and yeah, it's like $5,000 and that's if you can get one. A lot of people on Reddit, I think, are like really antisocial and perhaps introverts. So they don't like want to hang out with their like. A lot of people think that families suck nowadays. My family rules. I love my folks. They're great. When you were 8 years old, you still care about your folks, you know? The child deserves to be able to hang out with their family. This, when you think about this, this is $5,000 to be able to have the child be able to freely move around the house and hang out with their family. That is not a bad deal. And I get it. Like, it's weird to have to ask for it insofar as that medical shit's stupid expensive. But this parent clearly loves their child and understands the limits of what their bank balance could do. Like, where the fuck are you getting $5,000? Like, what? I think the average income in America is like $30,000 a year, right? Like, that is a significant portion of your yearly income. It sucks that they have to make this choice. Do you want kids or do you want to have toys or the ability to see your family? But this seems like a practical way of dealing with a shitty situation. You can get, okay, a family of two can probably pull out 50, 60,000 because two people, but and it's not, yeah, it's new toys or family quicker. And it sounds like this is like a birthday thing. Like Christmas is still coming. When can she have her hip operation? I would assume that it's an age thing because your body's still growing, right? It's not an expert, but I know other surgeries like this are like this, where it's like you probably need to finish growing, then they replace the hips. That way, like, they don't have to replace the hip several times over because, like, your leg bone's gonna get weirdly long in comparison to, like, your hips. This is gonna cause all sorts of problems. Right? And then, yeah, you have to, like, learn to use your new hip and probably don't have muscle structure anymore in your legs because, like, you haven't been using them. This situation sucks. I don't think the parents do. It just turns out that what she needs and what she wants are the same thing right now. I disagree with Reddit. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to do dishes after a long day of work? Depend on whose. I'm 27, my boyfriend's 28, in the second year of being a doctor and often works 10 to 12 hours. He's in his second year of being a doctor and works 10 to 12 hour days with a 1 hour commute. Okay, probably then. It's very stressful and it's been hard adjustment for him. I also think that he has undiagnosed ADHD and depression. He often struggles with motivation, doesn't notice that things need to be done around the house. We lived together for a year and a half now and have frequent arguments over his lack of help. I do all the housework, vacuuming, dusting, tidying, cleaning. He's working 10-hour days. Can we do some math real quick? All right. He works 10 to 12 hours. Let's be generous and say that he works 10-hour days. And then he has 2 hours of commute. And then he sleeps 8 hours a night. So that gives him 4 hours of time in a day. On a good day to do things. He does not sleep 8 hours. I'm just saying, like, you could probably add another 2 hours on there just on the long days. So then he has like 2 hours to relax. Like, I'm sorry, basic math says you're an asshole, but okay, let's see where this is going. Sometimes these do like a 180 at the end where it's like, yeah, he's actually not a real doctor. He happens to just be someone who like glues stuff onto people's faces. He like gets googly eyes and he just glues them onto people's faces and says that it heals them. So he's not really a doctor, you know, like, so let's wait for the turnaround if it might happen. Base profession: vacuuming, dusting, tidying, etc. Taking out the trash. Before I moved in, one of the things we agreed is his responsibility was the washing up. The only task I expected him to do consistently, and even then I have to do it often. Now, having to tidy the home is very important to my mental health. This is something that he was well aware of before I moved in. He knows that I find it very overwhelming and stressful when things are messy. His lack of support has been incredibly hard for me. He's usually messy and complains when I ask him to do something. I carry the emotional burden of doing everything. I've also been struggling with motivation, stress, and burnout, and it makes everything harder. We've had many conversations about this, and he says he doesn't have time to help because he fucking doesn't! And then it makes sense that I do everything since I'm always home. I'm doing a full-time degree virtually from home. Scam call. I always say it takes him 10 minutes to do dishes out of like the 2 hours of free time he has in a day. And it doesn't take 10 minutes to do dishes. It can take longer. If I were here, he'd have to do everything himself anyway. I often leave these conversations feeling disrespected and that he doesn't have the time because he doesn't. Did I hang up? I did, yeah. Because helping me is just not a priority. I've tried to compromise and make it easier for him. One day I even categorized a list of things into what I can let go of, what I can and have compromised on, and then what simply needs to change. In the last few months, he's made significant progress. I often thank him and acknowledge everything he's done, but I still do a vast amount of the homework or housework. I even have asked him to do stuff that I've not healed from the burden and lack of respect I felt the last year. But one thing that I still expect him to do is washing up, and he still often complains. Today I asked him to do it as we had no clean dishes for dinner. I now only ask when we have nothing to cook with, or yet another compromise. I was upset when he said that he didn't have time. I said I didn't want to discuss it anymore because I wasn't going to make me feel any better. Then he spent half an hour arguing with me, then finished the dishes in 4 minutes. I'm tired of feeling like I'm asking too much. We started dating. We said the housework should be 50-50, but now it's not, but even now it's 90-10. He has long days. This is the only thing I ask him to do consistently, and I even waited until it needed to be done. So am I the ass? Yes. Yes. Yes, you're the asshole. So, little domestic life moment here. My wife works long hours. She works about 50 hours a week, right? I work from home. I'm here from 1 to like 6 every day, bare minimum. 1 to usually like 7. That means that I've got from when she wakes up, because I wake up with her, to about 1 to do social, like all the stuff that I got to do around the house as far as like my job goes, and as well like clean. So I pretty much do all of the housework. Like I do the laundry, I sweep, I do the dishes, I set up the coffee pot. The things that she does is she cooks, and she orders the groceries because she likes, well, okay, it's not that she likes cooking, it's more that I'm bad at it to the point that she's like, I would rather you didn't. it's a reasonable expectation of the amount of work that I do. Because I've got depression and anxiety, and because I have mental problems, right? I don't always get to it. And so that is considered okay, right? Like, she doesn't get on my shit about it. She sometimes picks up the slack for when I can't get my shit together. Because she's awesome and I love her. And she loves me. This is how humans work. Because that's not like doctor hours, but that's a lot, right? I think it would be unreasonable to say that she needs to do all the housework. Or like a 50-50 split of the housework when it could be on me to put away the laundry and do the laundry and stuff like that. Even amounts of work is really kind of dependent on like what the conditions are. And they're getting into the holiday season. They make a lot of stuff that makes good gifts. So they're getting a lot of orders and stuff like that. And so it's a lot of work for her right now. It's at least, this is a thing that I can associate myself with and get this. What does she do for work? Right now, she is in school. She's doing online education. You know what I do sometimes? Sometimes I'll set up the laundry, and then I go play a game of Warhammer. And then I hear the laundry, like the machine go off. I go, hold up. You know, it's your turn now. I'm going to go and move the stuff from the washing machine to the dryer. And they're like, cool. And then I can have fun. And the housework gets done. I can go and do that while I'm like SEOing a video. And I hear the laundry or whatever, or, you know, go off. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go deal with that. Or I'll listen to a thing. Or I'll talk to myself about like, okay, this week on Arcade, what am I going to be talking about? I'll be putting the dishes away and I'll start talking about that stuff. We distribute the workload based on how much there is for each of us to do. When I was working and she wasn't, it was flip the script. She was doing all the housework stuff and I would just come home and everything would be done and it was great. You know? OP is an asshole, is what I'm trying to get at here. Oh fuck, I forgot the laundry in the machine. Yeah, go get your laundry. As I've said before in these, like your partner is your other, like, I consider Tilda like we are a unit. We work together and we try and solve each other's problems. We try and make each other's lives as comfortable as possible. Okay? We are a team. We work together as a unit. Sometimes I fuck up and I can't get things together. And then she'll help clean up some of the mess, and vice versa. If you aren't working as a team, understanding that he works 10 to 12 plus hours. I didn't even notice that. 12 plus. The fuck? He's got an hour commute. What the hell is wrong with you? Synergy, working to fucking together. That's why you're in a relationship. I like seeing her cute face when she comes home and her know that all of the dishes are done. As far as, are we gonna just do Am I the Asshole today? We'll probably switch it up because my throat is actually kind of killing me. I spent like an hour recording a video and that was a bad idea. Am I the asshole for inadvertently making a family homeless? Okay, so one thing that this subreddit likes to do is clickbait you with like, yeah. Can we finish Bayonetta today? Probably. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed imagining the situation this guy's going through. I mean, he comes home to his nagging girlfriend being like, it only takes 10 minutes to do the dishes, and it's like, the fuck have you been doing all day? I had some throat coat tea. I feel really I would assume sad about this and conflicted. Looking for perspective, and I ask that you remain civil in your engagement, please. I owned a house in the South. Nothing special. Oh, landlord moment. Nothing special, a small 3-bed and modest garden. Location is great though, semi-rural with excellent links to the capital. Great place to have kids listed on the market, asking for $40,000. We had a lot of interest from the offset to the point of having to meet with prospective buyers so we could choose one. We met a couple, 2 kids. We're really excited about the prospect of living here. The kids have friends nearby. The parents really are ready to babysit. And they have friends here. We chose them and had a verbal agreement that they'd buy the house for $10K above asking. We got the process started with lawyers, but we hadn't reached complete. Why? I think that this person realizes that they might be an asshole here. Reddit also likes to simp for landlords, so received a last-minute offer that we couldn't refuse. These people are 2 men from the city looking for a quiet escape. They have money. They seem to come from money. They offered us a boatload of money, cash. Our real estate agent told us that we wouldn't normally pass on it, given we'd accepted an offer, but it was too good to pass up, and we contemplated and we accepted. Yeah, you're probably an asshole. I'm waiting for this to turn around. Immediately after, we personally called the other buyers to explain that we are pulling out. They're of course devastated. We understand. We really feel bad, but we're making a lot of money, so who gives a shit? I'm sorry, that's not what it says here. It says we couldn't turn this kind of money away. For us, it's a life-changing amount. We offered to pay any legal fees they've incurred to this point, and they hung up on us, which sucked, but we understood. Some of our neighbors started acting strangely. They wouldn't say hello to us when they used to. Turns out, the new couple has been spreading a rumor about us, that we're nasty, horrible, money-hungry people. Is that a rumor? Or just, like, objectively the truth? Like, a rumor is something that's, like, maybe true, maybe not. You know, just a thing you'd say about someone. Like, Rev stabs people. Usually made to, make them feel bad. With the current economic crisis, the bank withdrew their mortgage offer. Their landlord has already rented out the property and they have to move out. They are strictly homeless. Though they're moving with their parents while they figure something out. Of course I feel awful, but I can't turn this money down. The new buyers are paying to expedite completion. I'm not in the habit of explaining myself, so I simply tell people who ask that it's complicated because it's not. I'm waiting for the bit, but like, it was never our intention to make them homeless, even though they will have a roof. In our local Facebook group, my husband and I were attacked by an anonymous poster who ranted about how awful we were, and we were money-hungry capitalists ruining a young couple's prospects. We weren't named, but if you knew everything about the situation, you'd know it's about us. We tried our best to soften the blow. We weren't to know that the economy would tank and they'd be left stranded. And we have to put our family and our needs first. We can't help question if we're the assholes here. Edit copied from my comments. Goodbye. Good night, goodbye to all. Sent a lot of comments about not keeping my word. It reminds me of a lovely study of Antony and Cleopatra. Antony, my word is honor, and if I lose my honor, I lose myself. Antony was killed in the name of honor. I always loved that play. What the fuck are you talking about? What? What? Let me quote some Shakespeare at you to make it seem like I'm not a dick. I don't explain myself because it's not their business. They've chosen an anonymous site for a reason. People are free to judge. But most are lying when they'd say they'd walk away for an offer 50% over asking. It doesn't reflect poorly on me to say that adults with financial responsibilities and families of this, I'm not sure. This opened many doors for us. We no longer have to take a mortgage for our new house. We get to live in our dream location for the rest of our years and leave our family and hopefully grandchildren something to set up for life. We bought a lovely house nearer to our kids so we can see them more often and be active in their lives. We can retire much sooner than we previously could have and have no major debts hanging over our heads. I feel bad because these people were first-time buyers and enthusiastic about having a home. Okay, so they aren't landlords. They're just house owners. Which makes it a little less shitty. I feel bad because these people were first home buyers and enthusiastic about having a home in their community of choice. Upon reflection and reading some of these comments, I'm content in our decision. They made a premature decision in handling in their notice, and they did not do their due diligence on how They didn't do their due diligence on knowing how a thing they've never done works. They decided to say vicious things about us and when we were courteous to them. I have not martyred myself at the expense of my financial freedom and happiness for my family and people who turned out to be rather unkind. I am more than okay with that. While it wasn't the intention of some of the commenters, they've helped me realize that. If Reddit decides I'm an asshole, that's okay. I'll have to live with that. Thank you for your input. I think I'm going to go have a peaceful night for the first time in weeks since this whole debacle started. So they hadn't drawn up legal agreements yet. So they were in their legal right to do this, and it was financially like the correct choice to go with the better offer. But you know you're the asshole, right? Like, legally and financially, this was fine. But that's why I don't trust either of those as ways of telling whether or not it's okay. Even the realtor said that wasn't really a thing that was done. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know enough about, like, housing stuff. Yeah. I don't like seeing, like, there's two ways that people for some reason decide whether or not something's moral. One is it legal? They reneged on a contract. The contract hadn't been signed. Doing the legal thing is not always doing the right thing. This is something I really want you guys to get drilled into your head. What is this song's name? I don't know. I don't know any of these songs. That last song was at 1 minute 9 is the song we're listening to. Monkey Song Mario Paint. No, user settings no. That was Monkey Song by Mario Paint. The other way that people like to justify whether or not something is a good thing to do is whether or not it makes money, because if there's money going through the market, then people are making decisions. This is the capitalist mindset of that's how good is justified. Like, good people get money for providing good services, except for reality doesn't fucking work that way. So the two ways they've justified their behavior is the legal way, which I explained is stupid, and the money way, which is also stupid. This person sucks. I work for a mortgage company, and the entire buying and selling process is nothing more than a slew of dick moves. Yeah. I got into one of those tabletop war games like Warhammer, Star Wars Legion. Yeah. No, I've heard about Star Wars Legion. I've heard it's really good, too. It's also cheaper. It's just I don't really vibe with the Star Wars aesthetic much anymore, but it's cool. I think if you're like, right here, this person is feeling like, I think right here is telling that they're like, maybe I'm an asshole here. Like I did something, right? Like, I mean, I made a lot of money, but this might have been bad, right? I might have inadvertently caused problems. Even though it was through my exact decision that was not common. So the top rated comment with 11K. Oh, Reddit is fucking wilding today. Yeah. The mortgage had nothing. Okay. Someone said that they actually, I saw a grace year for AOS and it was like 35. Yeah, like special characters, like characters usually like 30-ish in Warhammer, unfortunately. I want to see like this is more of an question of ethical practices rather than whether or not you were the asshole. There's no easy answer to this. I mean, like, if you could set yourself up for life, would you fuck over someone else? Is essentially the question here. Can I distract you with a... I'm not going to look at the semen TikTok article. I've seen that. Depends, who am I fucking over? Someone in about the same situation as you. Or where you were like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. The way they talked about this makes me think that they're in England, in which case it happens. So you go to the bank, you get an agreement on principle. They print off a letter saying they'll loan you any amount. You get the house, you purchase it for the agreement. Okay. The bank can remove their offer at any point during this. They might downvalue the house, so you can't buy it for what you're willing to lend. Their hard credit check might reveal that you're 20K in debt and they think you can't repay the mortgage, or due to the recent economic instability of the UK banks removed all their mortgage products this week until things calm down. Yeah, it could have been like, just like, I mean, like the pound has gone down like significantly, right? The bank is also an asshole, yeah. Not the asshole, this isn't a popularity contest, but a sale of real property. With tons of laws and regulations. Until you get to a certain point, that family could have easily backed out just as well. If you backed out of this home sale illegally, I'd say you're the asshole. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, Reddit likes to be like, oh, well, it's not... Yeah, this sucks. It may be reality, but this sucks. Society is the asshole here? Will I be the asshole if I, 19, move out without telling my parents that I'm pregnant and went to go live with my boyfriend? Probably not, but you're probably making a bad move. I'm currently living with my mother and father and siblings in our family home. Mother allowed me to take a gap year to go to college next year and think about what I want to do. A few months ago, my friends took me to a birthday party of a guy she knew from work, John. It was John's 40th birthday. Nope! Nope! What the fuck are you? Bail! 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 No! Oh my god! We hit it off. We started dating pretty quickly. I lost my B card to him. I was 19 at the time, so it was perfectly fine. We've been in a relationship ever since. That was 4 months ago. Unfortunately, he had to move away and has recently moved to Alaska. Oh god. Dude, do you think he just said he moved to Alaska so he wouldn't have to deal with her? But wait, there's more. Unfortunately, I found out that I was pregnant, and John offered to help me move to him and raise the child together. I was elated, but the thing is, I don't think my mother will approve. Yeah. Yeah. She's from a very religious background. No, she won't kick me out. My oldest sister was in a similar situation. Yeah? A few years back and they helped her. But she won't like that John is older. And we are unmarried. She may require me to get married to John, but I don't think John wants to, as he hasn't got his divorce finalized yet. Oh, honey, no. Anyway, I thought about this and decided moving out without telling them that I'm pregnant would be the best thing to do, because then I can decide what I want to do on my own. I have some money saved from working part-time and birthdays. You know, you got to have that birthday money. I bought myself a ticket to John in Alaska. I was telling my friend about my plans, and she called me a massive asshole and told me I should speak to my mother. But my sister said the same thing and even threatened to tell my mother. I don't know anymore. Am I really an asshole for wanting to hide this? I don't think she's the asshole. I don't think OP's the asshole here. She's just really dumb. Like, oh my god. John is like your dad's age. Like, you know this is weird, right? This is the only post. Oh, God. Jane Inferno, thank you for this 37 months of support. Locked by mods? Yeah. Yeah. The account or what? You don't need this sub. It's way above Reddit's pay grade. You are young, too young and pregnant, and about to put yourself at the mercy of an older man that you don't know. This is how abuse stories begin. Fucking go off, Reddit. Let's go. Yes. Yes. You were right. For once, you were fucking right. Yes. Let's go. Oh my god, yes. This is how abuse stories begin, with all victims saying that this won't happen to them, obviously. I'm not saying that you'll be stuck in an abusive relationship, but you don't know this guy. You'll have a child soon, and you won't be able be away from your family and friends, and you'll have zero support system except him. You'll be isolated and dependent on him. If things turn sour, you'll be stuck in a pretty bad situation. Rare Reddit win. Usually when, like, it says, like, you're the asshole, I'm like, what? And then I scroll down to the first thing, and I'm like, this is stupid. But this is actually amazing. This is right. For once, this is fucking right. Like, isn't Alaska one of those states that has, like, a weirdly high abuse rate? Because, like, you're stuck inside all the time, and it's not good for your brain cells to be, like, stuck in the dark all the time. Like, it's not good mental energy up there. Like, everyone's just like, dude, honey, what the fuck? Like, you're not an asshole. You're being... This is not a good situation. This is not a good situation at all. I don't know. No, you're not an asshole, but holy shit, you're in a bad situation. Yeah, the plot twist was actually like... Reddit was right? I usually expect that, yeah, not the asshole you're being preyed on, he's the asshole, you know? Oh my god. I'm 62, I met my current wife, 39, 4 years ago. We got married 2 years ago. What are these age gaps today? Oh, hey, Luigi Guy cheered $5 and I didn't even see that. Thank you, man. She has a son, 12, from her previous marriage who lives with us full-time. His dad visits occasionally, but lives in a different country. I also have 2 adult children, 34 and 32. My current wife, 39. My current 2 adult children, 34 and 32. Okay. I'll admit, I don't have the greatest track record as a father. While my biological kids were growing up, we were kind of distant, as their mother and I were constantly fighting. She was a Saham. A woman who's engaged, stay-at-home mom. She was a stay-at-home mom while I was running a business to various degrees of success. However, when they became adults, we, the biological kids and I, became closer. My business grew a lot, and I'm quite wealthy now compared to struggling to pay bills when my biological kids were growing up. My relationship with my stepson is quite good. He doesn't call me dad, but he seems to view me as a very close uncle. You're like his grandfather. I do my best to be a very good father to him, and if I'm completely honest, I really hope that eventually he will see me as a father figure. 4 years still doesn't see you as a father figure. It's probably age gap, but okay. Especially given that his father never really is around and constantly disappoints him. So here's the issue. A few weeks ago, I was going through some things in the basement with my biological son and daughter, and the topic of inheritance came up. I mentioned how I plan to include my stepson in the will, and he'll get a third of the inheritance. I don't remember how exactly we got onto this topic. Well, now my kids are furious at me, telling me that it's unfair, as they had to grow up with a cold, emotionally, physically distant, unavailable father who struggled to bring food to the table. They mentioned how my stepson gets to live a luxurious childhood with a much kinder, more present, emotionally available, and supportive parent than they ever had, while not being even really being my real son. And then on top of that, they would lose out on inheritance that they feel like they earned for working so hard to repair our relationship after... Why are you using cat ears? Still, before my business was successful, they both had a hand in making the business successful and were willing to help out. I understand their point of view. I feel like I'm sliding. They feel like I'm sliding them with my new family, with a much younger wife, and what they claim is a do-over child, which he's not. But I can see why they would see it that way. I want to do right by my stepson, but also my biological kids, who did have to put up with a lot more during their childhood than my stepson. Am I the asshole for planning to leave an equal inheritance to him? Should have specified the way I was thinking about formulating my will. I'm leaving about 60% of my assets to all 3 kids. Each kid will get 20%. The wife will get 30. The business will be going to my biological kids unless my wife or stepson decides to get involved in the future. But my biological kids will get a majority stakes either way. I have been thinking on this for the last few weeks. I'm thinking each biological kid will receive 30, the wife will receive 25, stepson will receive 10-ish. None of this is actually updated into the will at the moment. The biological kids and other families blah 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 are beneficiaries because I didn't update anything since getting married. I'm gonna say this story is fake to protect my psyche. Yeah, that's fine. That's why I have this up there. This is a weird... Okay. I'm gonna ignore the age gap thing for a minute because, like... I kind of feel like the kid's are the asshole here. Like... Oh, you're gonna die. Give us money. Like, that's weird, man. Like, if my parents don't leave anything to me... I'm fine with that, you know? I'm not entitled to their money. My parents took good care of me and raised me right as best as they could, you know? My dad worked really long, hard, difficult hours. And so, you know, like, as I've gotten older, I've gotten to connect with him more, you know? And he's a really cool dude. I love him. He wasn't cold and distant like this situation, but like, I don't really understand like why they feel entitled to it. Like, arguing about the inheritance just seems like you care about the money more than the person. They earned the inheritance by repairing the relationship. Yeah, I don't know if that's the exact quote or what, but this is weird, right? Also, like, the age gap thing, I think matters. Yeah, you're right. You don't have the right to know what others will inherit, and even less to demand more money. Yeah. The kids are assholes. Why? You know, I don't care what Reddit says there. They're dumb. Am I the asshole for demanding a front desk employee attention at the hotel while I was being harassed? I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get myself a Coke, and I'll be right back. Honestly, though, it's probably about not the inheritance. They just see that their father is being close with the stepchild. They don't like that he's giving their kid their love. Yeah. Yeah. It's a shit situation at the very least. Oh, yeah, you gotta make sure you get permission before you link, because Moobot will kill you there. I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be right back. Enjoy the music. Give me like a minute to go and get a Coke and a piss. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Got one from Hectic Culture here. I have no idea what this is here, Hectic. Look in the comments. Me and my friends are spelunkers and one got injured one day, but I need medical equipment, which I can pay for, but my friends went ahead and fundraised behind my back and gave me the money to pay it off and get it done. I'm feeling humiliated. It makes me feel like a charity case. I couldn't pay for it all. Let me go ahead and pull this up on screen. Also, welcome back, everyone. I got my Coke. I got water. My friends gave me money to pay off the medical treatment even though I hadn't asked for it, and then when I take it and spend it on what I want instead of treatment, they asked for it back and I got mad at them. Am I the asshole? What the fuck is this? Is this a meme? Is it Breaking Bad reference? Okay. It's based off of YouTube. Okay, I don't know the reference. Oh, by the way, you know how I was saying that, like, the apartment complex was going to send some people over to, like, inspect the apartment? I called the front desk and I was like, hey, I don't want them to do that. And, they're like, well, I mean, like, if the deadbolt's locked, we can't get in. It's like, oh. That's good advice. So I was like, okay. So I just locked the deadbolt as soon as, you know, the wife left. And they came by and knocked. And so I just, like, stood on the other side. Like, I was going in and getting coffee. And they were knocking on the door. And, like, the door, like, from the kitchen has, like, a window leading out to, like, the walkway to get to the apartment. So I could see them coming up to the front door and hear them talking. So I just, like, jumped out of the way. I just, like, sat, like, looked at the people at them. And they're, like, knocking, being like, maintenance. They said they were going to wear masks. They weren't wearing masks. Just banging on the door, being like, hey, we want to inspect your house for, you know, structural integrity stuff. And I'm like, no, it's no penis inspection day at all. No, we're not doing that. Anyway, so that's why I still stream today. People at the door fucking hide is such a mood. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that. I don't normally lock the deadbolt because if I lock the deadbolt, then my wife can't unlock the door. Which is what they tried to do. They knocked several times and they tried to unlock the door, assuming that I was just not home, and they couldn't get in because the deadbolt was on. And then they relocked it. And as soon as they walked away, I just unlocked the deadbolt for the wife. Really hate that they tried to do that. Really fucking hate that. If they try and come in here again, if they try and come in while I'm streaming, I will fucking pull a knife. Your maintenance people suck at. Yeah. Like, if someone's in my apartment and they did not announce themselves, I'm gonna assume that they're trying to fucking, like, murder me or something. Because that's what happens when people break into your house. They're not there for good intentions. I'm gonna just sort of assume that they're here for malicious reasons. I'm just gonna take care of myself and scare them off. Am I the asshole for demanding a front desk employee's attention at a hotel while I was being harassed? I'm 35 and I was traveling alone. 35-year-old female. I was traveling alone out of town for work and staying at a hotel. I was about to go out for dinner, and once I left the room for a man, I left the room, a man was in the hallway by what I assume was his room, and he whistled to get my attention and motioned for me to come to him, and I said no. He creeped me out, so I went downstairs as quickly as possible, but the creeper followed me into the lobby, and I figured I better not go outside to my car by myself. I would ask a staff member to walk me to my car. There was a bit of a line at the front desk, and the lady looked like she was alone and was checking in other guests. This guy keeps trying to talk to me, and I'm standing there nervously. Eventually I shot for everyone, for him to leave me alone, loud enough for everyone to hear. I was hoping that would get the front desk's attention, but she just looked at me like Bambi in the headlights. And when the guy wouldn't quit, I loudly said, leave me alone or I'm calling the cops. But then I noticed my phone had no service. Oh no. The lobby has poor cell reception. The front desk lady looked a little nervous, but continued to do the first come first serve thing. I was scared. And I said, look, I'm being harassed. Can you please walk me to my car? This man won't leave me alone. Yeah, this is a call the police situation. Like, front desk employee here. This one sounds full of shit because we're told literally not to do these things, or we're literally told to take these things seriously. Whether or not the guest is regular or not, this either that or the employee's a moron. Some people suck and are dumb. A lot of people in really obvious situations like this don't know what to do. So she looked like she didn't know what to do, but oblige. When she was walking me out, I told her more of what he did, and she said, oh, he's a regular, he's fine. I told her that this man was scaring me and wouldn't take no for an answer. I understand that other guests were first, and she said she was alone and that it should take priority over other people's check-ins. Am I the asshole for demanding her help and attention when others were in the line in front of me? Normally, demanding to be put in front of the line does make you an asshole, but I think this is one of the few occasions where you can demand service and expect to get it before other people in line. The employee sucks. Thanks for everyone on your feedback. I read through as much as I can, but I mean, like, she was not young. She was in her 40s, early 50s. I have no idea if she was new or not. When I went up to her asking if someone, not specifically her, could walk me out to the car and whispered to her what was happening because the creep was watching, she did it herself, as it appeared no other staff members were at the hotel and they didn't seem ready to have readily available security. This was about 7 p.m.-ish. Yeah, you definitely want to have someone walk you out, man. Like, when I worked at GameStop, there were some, like, ladies that worked with us, and I would always offer, like, hey, do you want me to walk you out to your car? Like, if someone's bugging you, if someone's giving you shit, and I'm on duty, just, like, come tell me, and I'll take over on the order. I will not, like, dock you or anything for that. I do not give a shit. Like, you just come back here and you put things, like, we got boxes of stuff that needs to go on shelves in here. Go do that until, like, you see on the security camera they go away. I'll deal with it. Like, unfortunately, like, people treat girls differently. And so, like, you know, if you have the ability to help out in a situation, you should. This is just called being human. The dinner I was on my way to was a business dinner with my boss and a very important client, so missing it was not an option. These clients, why would you have to do that? Why would you, like who the fuck would be like, yeah, just skip your meeting? There's a creep, like, following you around. Just skip your meeting. These clients were the reason for my travel. I didn't have the luxury of waiting hours for the cops to arrive. I know that if I walked in the parking lot alone, the creep would have followed me and done God knows what. Yeah, no, people are fucking creeps. I'm sure there are definitely things I could have done differently, but I was in fight or flight mode. Yeah, I mean, like, Could she have handled this maybe a little bit more calmly? Maybe, but also this situation was not easy. Like, you get freaked out. Hotel staff was the hotel was sold out, so they couldn't move me. But after the business dinner, I packed my stuff, told my boss the situation, and he accompanied me to my room while I waited outside while I packed my stuff and left for another hotel. She did the best she could for herself in this situation. This situation sucks. That guy's evil. Like, what else are you supposed to do? Yeah, exactly. I don't think that there's really like a easy way of dealing with this that isn't just screaming in the lobby like, hey, this guy might try and murder me or worse. Like, no, you're not the asshole. That guy's a weirdo. The front desk employee is either stupid or bad at her job, or both. Am I the asshole for snapping at my hairdresser? I'm not a Karen, I swear. A few days ago, 23-year-old I went to a salon to get a haircut for the first time in years. I generally tend to avoid them and just cut my own hair at home instead. This is because for the last 10 years, I've had to be dealing with a disorder called trichotillomania. This is actually, yeah, it causes me to pull my hair out of my scalp. I remember one of the teachers that I had when I was going through psychology school was, she specialized in this. And when someone stepped in to come talk to her, she thought, they thought that she was running a group to help people with cancer. Like, people with really bad trichotillomania will literally pull all of their hair out to the point that they're bald. I think this kind of sometimes goes along with pica and stuff like that, where it's like you eat shit you shouldn't. So they'll pull their hair out and then eat it. Or they'll eat paint chips is another really common one. Like they'll tear off chips of the wall and eat the paint. This is one of those the human brain is fucking weird and does some weird shit. Pica is eating non-edible stuff, yeah. Usually there's some crossover here. Anyway, I have no idea why I do it. I absolutely hate it because of how weak it makes me feel. I keep my hair long. I have a few strands that are visibly shorter than the rest. Though I'm usually able to hide them. I booked an appointment for a salon, and I feel try and feel pretty for once. I was a bit anxious because I'm very sensitive about this problem. I don't like people commenting on it, especially strangers. Okay, there's actually a possibility she may not be a Karen here. The stylist that was taking care of me was really nice at first, very young and bubbly. After she washed my hair, I stopped her for a second and warned her that she would find some shorter strands. It's not a big deal. Just try and work around them. I didn't really explain the whole problem to her, but I just want to make her aware. She immediately replied, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it," and started cutting my hair. I was feeling pretty positive at this point, so I let her do her job. When she got to the top section of my hair, where I pulled the most, I heard her mumbling. I didn't really pay attention at first. At one point, though, she started making these seemingly innocuous comments like, "Oh, look at this. I guess I'll just have to find a way around it," or "Let me see if I can cover this up." I tried not to overthink it, but to me, it was just unnecessary that she could have just kept it all to herself. I didn't say anything, just tried to be patient until the end of my appointment. The comment that really set me off was when she was almost done and she was telling me about how to style at home. She said, "It kind of depends on what kind of brush you have. You won't get the same result with a round brush as the flat one. Just keep your hands off the weed whacker next time." Also, what's going on with the light? Trichotillomania is not a common disorder. So people don't know it exists. with the most condescending tone possible. So I think the hair cutter literally thought that she just like did a bad job cutting her hair herself. Like, I doubt that the hairdresser knew that this condition existed and just sort of assumed that this poor woman just fucked up, like her own haircut. I think that the joke was meant to be like a joke, you know? I don't think that she really meant anything. Like, obviously, she didn't actually use a weed whacker on her hair. I don't think that the hair stylist expected that, but like... Anyway, let's see where this goes. So far, I'm with not the asshole. I think no one's the asshole so far. So it caught me off guard. I immediately stood up from where I was, said I was going home. She asked me if I was okay, and I replied with something like, I would be if you just did your job and didn't comment on things you know nothing about. She asked what did she do wrong. I just turned and left. She followed me to the reception desk and just stood there watching me pay. Just before leaving, I turned to her and said, you should know better. After crying in my car like a toddler, I got home, told my mom what happened. Doesn't help that she is one of those people who thinks that you can just stop a habit like mine. She told me that the stylist didn't mean to hurt me and I'm just too sensitive. And I was furious at first, but now I wonder if I reacted too harshly. At the end of the day, she didn't know I had a problem. She just saw my shorter hair. What do you think? Okay. Yeah, I think I would say she's not an asshole for this. Like, I empathize with the OP's reaction. Like, I think if you want to make this good, going back and apologize and be like, listen, I've got this like mental disorder that causes me to like pull my hair out, and like I'm really sensitive about it, and that's why my hair looks the way it does. I'm sorry I snapped at you. I don't think that the dresser meant to be an asshole about this. I really don't. Like, how many of y'all knew that trichotillomania was a thing? You know? Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, maybe you should tell your stylist about your mental disorders before you get a haircut. Is the take? No. It's weird. Like, hopefully they just don't bring it up. You know? There's a lot of there's stigma about it because it's like, it has a very like physical look to it, as opposed to like, I don't know, depression, where it's like, does this man have depression? Can I be this beautiful a cat boy and have depression? Yes. I can see the eye bags. Yes. Okay. A lot of mental diseases don't have like very obvious telltale signs, like especially like ones that you would expect, you know? Like, this is a very human situation. Was snapping at her and yelling at her a dick move? Yes, but I understand why she did it. I think you should go apologize, because I honestly don't think that like anyone meant harm here, you know? And it sounds like this hair cutter is actually a really cool person. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's better than yesterday. I've been having an up and down time of it recently. Hence why we haven't been doing these, because these piss me off, and if I'm already not in a good headspace, this does not do good to my headspace. Because sometimes it's just like, oh my god. Stuff like that, like 19-year-old getting pregnant by the 40-year-old just like fucks with my head. That's why I wouldn't have been a good psychologist, because I would have like gotten really upset about things that were happening. So I'd say no one's the asshole, but go back and apologize. It'll make you feel better. Yeah, people don't know about, like, people know what depression is. They know what ADD is. They almost understand OCD. Though a lot of people think OCD is a completely different thing than it is. Autism is another one that's kind of like that. Like, then you go into something a little bit more rare like that. Like, people aren't gonna know. I think you just sort of, you know. Yeah, just go apologize, and then everything will be cool. Bipolar is one of those that's hard for people to get. Yeah, because bipolar just means like sometimes you're a dick for no reason, right? It's like, no, that's not how it works at all, and you're a prick, right? It's one of those things. Same with depression, where it's just like you're just kind of sad. You could just get over it. Trichotillomania. Oh, you want to pull your hair out? Well, just have you stopped? What if you just stopped? Just don't be sad. Just don't have anxiety. Stop. You've got cancer? I mean, have you tried drinking more water? Maybe going outside? Why don't you just stop? Oh, you're sad? Skill issue. Okay, well, I skipped some that were about inheritance because I'm just tired of inheritance shit. I've given my take on inheritance shit for the day. I feel like we're good. I'm 24 years old, female. I've been working at a small company for a little under a year. Our field's very specific, so I'll try and keep as little detail as possible. But think as B2B marketing database. Business to business marketing, I guess. When I was hired, we were a team of 3, but one of my coworkers got fired early on. Since then, it started to become really obvious to me that the remaining one, let's call her Vanessa, 20 female, hasn't been doing a lot. I've seen her going on for weeks without writing an article for the company's website. We usually publish once twice a day. I don't see her working on the database all that often either. On top of that, she frequently doesn't reply to her emails. Now you're thinking, how the hell is the manager not aware of this? Good question, my friend. Our manager only exclusively communicates with me. Same thing with our other co-workers from different departments. They always reach out to me and not Vanessa. This makes me very uncomfortable because the workload is always directed at me, and I sometimes feel like I'm in an awkward and unofficial middle management position. I also feel bad for Vanessa, and I'm wondering if she's felt isolated because she's out of loop with everything that's going on at work. Now here comes the juicy bit. I realized that I couldn't find Vanessa on LinkedIn, so I took out my Sherlock hat and pipe, turned on incognito mode on my browser, and surely enough, I could find her profile. She simply blocked me. Odd, you think? Well, it turns out she has 2 current jobs listed on her profile, with no mentions whatsoever of the company that she and I work for. Oh, she presents herself as the CEO and founder of 2 companies that are the exact type that customers who are likely to subscribe to our services. One of the companies was founded by the same month that she started working here. They have full websites and social media. She basically be using her work access for her computer companies. There's no way my boss knows about this. I'm now fully certain that reason she takes so long to perform tasks is because she's busy working on her own business. I'm kind of impressed on how clever she's being at tricking the system. Her companies are fully digital based on another country. I suspect that she blocked our boss on LinkedIn too. I mostly feel tricked myself. I've been thinking unknowingly covering her for her by working my ass off so everything seems normal. However, I do feel kind of bad about ratting someone else out. This will probably result in Vanessa getting fired, even if she presents those companies as her main activity on LinkedIn. I'm not sure how active they are. They might very well deprive her of a stable income. I feel like I should bring this up to my manager, but I don't want to turn this into a vendetta either. Will I be the asshole for reporting my coworker for having a secret side hustle? Yes. Just a little corporate espionage between, coworkers. If it were a side job like, I don't know, fucking Grubhub or McDonald's or a completely unrelated field, like, whatever, like, leave her the fuck alone. But, like, this is exactly the same job. I would. I mean, like, if you're worried about it, just send an anonymous email with like, hey, have you checked out Vanessa's LinkedIn profile? Make sure you've got it set to private because she's blocked. Probably blocked you. Like, the main thing I'm pissed off about is that OP has to do all the work. So OP does all the work so that way Vanessa here gets to reap the profit. That sucks. Don't even confront her on this. There's no reason to. Fuck that. That just puts you into a bad situation. Why be the asshole for attending my longtime friend's funeral? Removed. Oh, I don't want to read this one. I don't want to read this one. This one sucks. Am I the asshole for yelling at my sister-in-law to stop screaming at my dog? I'm 22. I live in a house with my husband. We have a dog, Pomeranian named Dove. She's the sweetest little dog. She's always gentle and very socialized and well-trained. Recently, my older brother's wife, Lisa, came around to visit with their toddler, Molly. My husband was at work at the time. Whilst we were sitting on the couch, Molly was playing on the floor. Dove approached her and started sniffing her feet. Molly watched her and didn't move. Lisa started freaking out and tells me to get my dog. I'm aware that Lisa doesn't like dogs. I told Lisa that there's nothing to worry about and Dove is a very gentle dog. Molly starts patting Dove on the head and Dove licks her hand. It was very lovely, calm interaction. Okay. Lisa flips out and starts screaming at my dog. Dove was terrified and ran into her crate. I tried to calm Lisa down, but she wouldn't stop screaming, so I yelled at her to stop screaming at my fucking dog. Lisa went silent. Molly started crying her eyes out. I told Lisa that she needs to leave. She tried to apologize, but I just told her to leave. Later on, my brother sent me a text, told me that I was heartless for prioritizing my dog over the well-being of humans. I told her that Dove licking Molly's hand is not a big deal, and Lisa was wrong for freaking out. My brother told me that I should move Dove into another room and said I was being delusional. I feel like another rule is everything could have been handled better. Like, everyone could have. Yeah. Like, not the asshole? Could have been handled better? It's like, if you have bad experience with dogs, you might freak out thinking that it's gonna hurt your kid. Like, I understand. This is not great. This is not great here. This is not good. That's not a good sign. My brother told me I should have just moved Dove into another room and said I'm being delusional. That's not good. It's Pomeranian. Okay. Like, yeah, if I think maybe you put the dog in another room if you know that Lisa's gonna act like a freak here. But brother was probably misled by the sister-in-law. Probably. Not the asshole. Could have been handled better, but not the asshole. Oh my god. Am I the asshole for telling my 9-year-old nephew that my finances are none of his business? How would that have even come up? A few months ago, my husband, 35 male, and I, 32 female, moved out of our home we rented and into a home we purchased. After 15 days ago, so we realized the home we purchased would be better suited as a rental property, and we talked to our previous landlord and moved back into the home we had rented. What? What? Why would you do that? We did this without telling anyone because we're actually very private people, but living in a small town, word gets around. We decided to have a family barbecue just after we got settled back into our home. The family was all joking and talking about different aspects of moving when my 9-year-old nephew chimed in with, "Good God, why do you have to spend so much money? You just waste money on everything. If you thought your decisions through, you wouldn't waste so much money on moving." This didn't happen. We're gonna pretend like it did, but it didn't. That is not how 9-year-olds talk. I was floored by this at first because my husband and I both are extremely well-paid jobs and financially independent. No one helped us with our bills. And to top it off, how would a 9-year-old know how moving is expensive? They wouldn't, because the story is fake. I looked at him and said, what I spend money on is none of his business, unless if he or his parents want to start paying my bills, he better shut his mouth about it. Then I looked at my sister-in-law in the eyes and told her that she needs to take the same advice and no comment on anyone else's finances, and to watch what she says in front of her little brat, because I know that it came directly from her mouth. She started yelling that her son wasn't wrong, and if I was going to flaunt it, I should expect it. I asked my sister to have her wife leave. My brother and other sister told me I overreacted and I should expect people to talk about this. I feel differently. I hate... I mean, fake, but, you're the asshole for being a landlord? For no reason? I don't understand why you've done this. Why the fuck did you do that? Why did you do any of... I don't understand. Why... I'm sorry, I need a graph. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay. So there's a house, and then, but you don't own it. And there's another house, and you're like, let's go buy that. So you go buy that, and you're like, never mind. And then why did you do this? I don't understand. Maybe it's because I don't have house buying money. Like, if I bought a house, I would live there. Because I have enough money to probably buy a house and not buy a house and rent a house. Like, if I get a good deal on a house, I might be able to buy a house. Like, we'd be paying for it for the rest of our lives, but like, I don't have landlord brain. That was very nice of you to say. This is fake. Presumably the money they make renting it out their own house is enough to pay for that house mortgage and also a good chunk of the owner's rent at their old apartment. Yeah, I get that, but what? Yeah, this didn't happen. Am I the asshole for encouraging my daughter to stay with me full time? My daughter, 13's mom lived... Okay, you phrased that weird. Usually want to say, like, your daughter is 13 and then your daughter's mom is some other age. So it's not reading as my daughter's mom who's 13. I mean, based on how the ages have been going so far... My daughter's mom lives in another city. She spends every other weekend with her mom. Last week, she was complaining about how much she hates going there and how tired she is and how much she hates being on the road. I told her that she doesn't have to go there if she doesn't want to. She's old enough to choose, and I doubt her mom can afford to take me to court. Okay. Kind of a dick mood. She told me that her mom doesn't want to go there anymore. She called me screaming at me saying I'm an asshole. I tried to calmly explain that to her that our priority should be the daughter's happiness, and if she's not happy about going there, we shouldn't force her, but she wouldn't listen. We couldn't have 50-50 custody because of the distance and school and everything, so everyone had to be the main parent. So someone had to be the main parent, and she had the other kids. And not enough. She has other kids and not enough time or energy for another one, so she suggested I take her, which I gladly agreed. Okay, I'll accept that I was the asshole, however, I won't change my mind. I talked to my daughter and she told me that she hasn't changed her mind. She doesn't want to go there anymore. I told her that if she changes her mind at all she has to do is ask, and I'll take her to visit her mom. So tested her mom and told her everything, and she said she can come and visit as much as she likes, but my daughter won't be visiting as frequently from now on. She hasn't answered yet. I don't want to force my daughter to do something against her will. If that makes me an asshole, then I'm an asshole. I think I hear someone moving around, and I think it's just the cats, but... Hello? Hello? No one's here. Small apartment, fairly easy to clear. The apartment complex just walking in like that the other day has like really freaked me out. Because now I'm just not sure if I'm ever alone, which is like fucked. Turns out it was just Herman doing zoomies in the living room, so that's like, okay, cool, whatever, man. I'm gonna go with not the asshole here. Like... Can someone explain to me how he's the asshole for this? Like, it's a weird situation. She's 13. Please mention one moment where I neglected her. You're the asshole if your daughter told you she is happier if she never goes to school or eats healthy food. Are you going to make her make that decision too? She probably doesn't want to stay with you. It's her responsibility to ensure that you make the right decisions for your daughter. Letting her decide not to visit her mother because it's tiring is very poor parenting. It will ruin your daughter's relationship. I mean, like... Wait, she was never my wife? She was never my wife. I don't care where she stays. I just made the suggestion in case she doesn't have a place to sleep, if she doesn't want to sleep on the street. I don't think that the OP is an asshole for this. This could be real. I don't think this one's fake. How about we do maybe one more? I want to see where this one goes. There's usually only a handful like really good ones, and there's a lot of like depressing ones like, yeah, I decided to kill my dog. Am I the asshole? And it's like, yes, you are. Or like, hey, I'm 10 years old and I'm thinking about getting in a serious relationship with an 80-year-old man, but no one wants me to. Am I the asshole? And it's like, no. no, there's something wrong. My fiance was sentenced about a month ago for 1.5 years. I won't go into what happened since it doesn't seem important. Leading up to sentencing, I asked him 3 times where he wanted me to keep his phone and wallet. I even mentioned it in the day of his sentencing. I'd regard it as obvious I'd take things home with me since we lived together. He ignored me each time I brought it up. It's bothered me. At the time, I squashed any negative thought that arose by telling myself that he's a lot on his mind because he's going to prison. I wasn't worried about trivial things. Finally, frankly, I was really worried too. Anyone familiar with the justice system understands the surreal feeling that accompanies hearings and trials. Fast forward to a month, I can't shake this nagging question. Why would you leave those things with your mom? After being scolded for the sheer audacity I had stressed him out even by asking him that, he said, I've seen a lot of things change with others in prison, and I don't want to hunt down my phone and wallet when I get out. A possibility had never even crossed my mind. I think I would have preferred the reason be something or someone... The reason or something that he had someone to hide, but I can't shake the feeling that he does not have something to hide, or he does have something to hide, and that something is better than me since he since he's thought about post-prison life without me enough to act on it. Try to be understand. I mean, like, okay, so this is written like an asshole, so you're an asshole for that. He thought OP was possibly going to take this shit, or they were going to break up, and then, like, I don't think that. Okay, I try to be understanding, but I keep saying to myself that things are hard on the inside, and not to worry. I told myself he was wrong to even bring up the topic. While he was inside, but those words hold less conviction each day that passes. I feel really lost, like a silly child. To be honest, since this is coming on Reddit to solicit my opinion of strangers, am I really the asshole? I don't think that you're the asshole. I think you just need to understand that, like, yeah, like 1.5 years without seeing someone, like, it's totally possible that you dump him at that point, you know? Mom will still be mom. Not the asshole, a bit paranoid. Got some like borderline personality disorder shit going on here. What's OP in prison for? It doesn't matter. Also, OP's not in prison. OP's fiance. We can't really get into, like, it very matters. Why are all cops bastards? Why do people say a cab? Like, They could be child murder. I would assume that you get longer than a year and a half for child murder. If the legal system isn't good, then does it matter? It's probably drugs. Yeah, it could be drugs. I don't know. I don't think that it's super important here. It's probably just a misdemeanor. Like, you're not getting a year and a half in jail for murder. Drunk in public, drunk driving, drugs, aggravated assault. It's like a handful of things that get you a year in prison. You get a year for being drunk in public. Public intoxication is probably not a year. Public intoxication is a Class C misdemeanor in Texas with a fine of up to $500. Jail time. No jail time. Just $500 fine. As a European, it's crazy for me that you get fined for that. Yeah, I remember a friend of mine, he bragged about going to Europe. And he was like, yeah, you know, I really enjoyed just being able to walk around with, like, I don't know, a mixed drink and just have it not be a thing, you know? He tried to, like, I remember him going to, like, Taco Cabana and be like, can I take this margarita out with me? And they were like, no, because you might drunk drive. And he was like, this is unreasonable. In Europe, that's not how they do things. And it's like, oh my God. I stopped hanging out with that guy, man. I really did. This is the guy who also got upset at me because I didn't have any vegan friendly stuff. And I ended up just being, okay. He was, he was like, yeah, you know, being vegan's really hard. It's a lot of work. I'm like, okay. I mean, like, I got this food here because of the health issues I've got. And he's like, yeah, none of this really works with my diet, you know? And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I've got rice. I got, he's like, yeah, I mean, like, that's not very much. I'm like, I mean, like, I've got chicken, I got rice, I got frozen pizzas. That's basically my diet as a college student. It's like, that doesn't really work for me. It's so hard. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't be sure that the rice didn't scare a chicken or something when, like, it was, made. Could have, like, brushed up against a chicken and scared an animal at some point. And he's like, I feel like you're getting a little hostile with me. And I'm like, you come to my house demanding food and then don't accept any of the food I've got. And I've got, like, just enough money to make it through the week. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, you got chicken, you got rice, and you got frozen pizzas. If you want to order something, you can. I'll give you the address. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to go. I'm like, all right. Jedisaddle, thank you for the 70 months of support. You're very cool. Thank you so much. It was more of a situation where he felt like I was being aggro with him. At that point, I was having a lot of, like, health problems based on diet stuff, and, like, him just being like, yeah, my life's so hard because I get to go to France, and I decided to not eat meat. just because I don't want to. I'm like, it was less fishing for free food. It was more just like, oh, woe is me kind of shit. I mean, it's like, great, man. You know? But okay, sure. Yeah, why don't we finish off Bayonetta? How much time do you guys think I've got left in Bayonetta? That's a stereotype of a vegan and somehow you met him. Yeah, that guy was kind of that stereotype. And that's like, I don't have any problem with people being vegan. Just to be clear, that stereotype of a vegan's fucking annoying as shit. And somehow he managed to do it. You only have 2 chapters left. Both are bangers and a small post-in-game chapter. Hour-wise, how long would you say that is? Let's just switch over. Why don't you guys let me know when you hear this, and then I'll set up the thing. Bayonetta parentheses finale question mark Bayonetta. All right, be right back. Couple seconds. BRB.